Can you call this meeting to order in the allegiance led by Commissioner Lewistown? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We'll begin with the roll call for attendance.
Okay, Commissioner Bowser.
Here.
Commissioner Bueller. Here. Commissioner Day.
Here.
Commissioner Hewitt.
Here.
Commissioner Robertson. He is
Here.
here. Commissioner Shaver.
Here.
Commissioner Warren, is he on? No, not yet. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Approval for minutes for July 20th. We can approve with edits.
Yes.
It will be turned in tomorrow. Does anyone want to have any edits if they want to submit? Alrighty, there are no courtesies, no proclamations, so we'll move on to board and commission reports, and we'll begin with Commissioner Bowser.
The library board met and we offered the library director position to Drew Kettering and he accepted that.
I'm having a hard time hearing.
Hear me now?
Not much better.
So my mic is on. I'll try to holler. My husband says I'm too loud, so I'm trying not to scream at anybody.
Yeah, you have to be like 2 inches from it. Bonnie and I tested them, and that's the system.
Okay. So the library board offered the position of the library director to Drew Kettering. He accepted the position. We discussed his salary at that meeting. And then we went through the library board budget line by line. And so that will be coming back to the commission to be approved at, I believe, the next meeting. And the ordinance committee is not until the third Wednesday, and so I'll report on that after. That's it.
Thank you. Commissioner Shaver?
The health board didn't have a quorum to meet on Monday, so there was no health board meeting. But I will report the next time there is one. So.
Awesome. Thank you. Commissioner Bueller?
Nothing to report.
And Commissioner Hewitt?
The airport board meets Wednesday, this coming Wednesday at 3 o'clock.
And Commissioner Robertson?
I have nothing to report right now.
I can hear him better.
Can you hear me okay?
Pardon?
Can you hear me okay?
I think if you talk into the mic and loud, I think I can understand.
So for Park and Recreation, we'll be meeting this Wednesday at the Civic Center, 7 p.m. That will be in our August meeting, getting back on track from July, where we had an e-sport cleanup party, I guess. All right, we'll move on to the city manager report with City Manager Holly Belt.
Yes, I updated the commission on the disbursement of the taxes. We have received tax payments from April. We are still awaiting, May and June. We have had to pull money out of our invested funds with the state to cover expenses, and we'll continue to provide updates on that information. We do have an opening on our city county planning commission. After the July meeting, we did have a city representative step down. And so we will be advertising that opening in the paper and through social media. That appointment will come back to the commission. There is no, or I'm not aware of any business that board is taking. There is currently an opening for the county and the city, as far as I know. Community activities. This weekend is Cowboy Poetry. Later in the month, the Downtown Association will host their Hot Summer Days in our downtown. The Park and Recreation has got lots of things going on as they transition from summer and going into fall. There's been a lot of new happening at the pool, new offerings. The water aerobics have been very popular and have opened up a few additional sessions because of that popularity. And then they've got some new classes and stuff that they'll be doing. We encourage people to check out their Facebook page for up-to-date information. And flag football just is starting. The programs continue to grow and grow, so it's a record number of kids participating. Those games are at City Park. And again, check out their Facebook page for more information, when to register, things like that. An update on our stormwater projects and concerns there. The DEQ has completed the first review of the biosolids project. There was, I think, something like 8 questions that they had, so it'll go back to our engineers and be submitted once again. The zoning code updates, the survey was left open for the month of July. So that's now been closed. And again, we did have it on Facebook, and I put out statistics as far as the amount of people that looked at it or clicked on those links. And so I don't have the final number of participants, but we did our part to get that word out there. And our consultants will use that information to move forward with their zoning code updates. The committee meetings, again, Public Works meets August 14th at 9 a.m. The ordinance committee meets August 19th at 11. And the audit committee is August 20th at noon. Those meetings are all open to the public. And then some updates on employment. We have hired a public works director. As Commissioner Bowser pointed out, the library director has been hired. We are in the process of gearing up to interview for the rec specialist position, and our new firefighter started today. The current openings are the police officer. They do have interview and testing scheduled for tomorrow. But they do have openings still even after that. Recreation specialist, and then our dispatchers. We're still looking for dispatchers. That's all I have.
Thank you so much. Any questions regarding the city manager report from the commission?
Do we not have a recreation specialist now?
We do, we have 1.5 basically. We have an opening that's been,
Oh, okay.
and right now we use temporary employees, kids, different things like that to fill that. So
Okay, that's still I'm going. I'm like, I mean,
we've got lots of seasonal people out there too.
oh,
so.
okay, okay, thanks.
Which kind of shifts a little bit.
Yeah, I think we're targeting kind of a fall hiring.
Thank you. All right, we'll be moving on to public comment this evening. So this is public comment on non-agenda items. So for anyone that has comment, they can come to the microphone. We do have a 2-minute time frame for comment, but come on up. Yeah, you can say your name and address.
Do I have to come to eat? Do you see how loud I am? So this is just not a serious comment, but I heard you talk about hot summer days. As a member of LDA, I want to challenge the city council, because there is at least one commissioner, potentially 2, that will have a car in the soapbox derby. So it'd be pretty cool if the city commission was also represented there.
I'm referring to be.
Anyone, but yes, Lorraine.
Okay.
I'm sitting by your husband.
Talking about it, so.
I'm just hoping somebody gets injured.
That's terrible.
I didn't see that.
All right, public comment on non-agenda items.
John Carlson, 314 4th Avenue North. Did I hear you say public comment from the over 2 minutes? not sure that's very fair. On your agenda, you've got something called courtesies. What is that?
Proclamations and courtesies, when things are recognized within the city, we do a proclamation or announcement, special announcement. Anything else that you?
Courtesies are, typically courtesies in the past have been used for we can recognize citizens or employees, retirements, things like that.
Okay. I'd like to ask a question to each of the commissioners. When do you get your copies of your agendas for the open meetings? How much time do you get before, how long before the actual meeting do you actually get them?
So can I redirect this is public comment? So right now, we're not taking questions or having discussion, we're just hearing public comment from the public.
Isn't this a public comment to find out what the answer
I'm
is?
more than happy to answer that. We receive our packets on Friday, early afternoon on Friday.
Okay. They basically are all sent out at the same time? All right. My association with the council started at the tail end of June, first part of July. My first meeting was July 6th. I didn't get a packet until 5:49 p.m. the day after the meeting. Was this just an error, or is this, we don't want to hear from
That would be an error on my part,
them? Okay,
but they are available also online Friday by 5 o'clock.
I was not aware of that. The second meeting, I didn't receive anything. In the third meeting tonight, I checked at 6:45, and I still haven't received anything.
So for just public interest, right where you find our minutes and our agendas and recordings, there's also a packet, and so that's where we're uploading them. We did have a time that we weren't putting the full packet out there because, people were taking that information and then soliciting people and trying to defraud them, but all of the packets are available for anyone in the public, by the end of the day on Friday.
Whatever the problem is, could it be rectified? Because I am definitely interested in knowing what's happening with the council. Basically, you're a representative for the public. I'd like to think I'm part of the public, but I'm not hearing anything or receiving any information. And I've exceeded my 2 minutes.
Anybody can come in and pick one up.
Anyone in the public is welcome to pick up a packet as well after the office if you prefer not to look at it online. Here. Any other public comment?
Trouble is, it doesn't do any good when it's after the meeting.
The packets are available on Friday.
Packets are available Friday before the meeting.
Dean Allen, 1111 Fifth Avenue North. I hear you're talking about storm drains. You guys hired, Century gets every bid in town, and they do a horrid job. Boulevard, it's horrid to drive up Boulevard after the chip seals that was done on there, and they filled every storm drain full. Why is it that Century gets every bid? Is it, I believe, because Kevin Myrie, previous manager, and I believe it's very much an inside thing, but anyway, after I went to the court hearing Monday or Tuesday, whenever it was, listen to that. This board is supposed to work, especially Holly, supposed to work for us citizens. And they're not. I mean, even in, if you look in the charter of Lewistown, that the city manager is supposed to work on the best affairs of the citizens, and they don't. Citizens have come, they've shared their time, their concerns, their interests, their disappointments in these apartments, and they're getting railroaded in. It's pretty amazing the names they got talked about during that court hearing. People have asked here, who gave them the building permit? Who gave them the okay to go do this? Well, it came out in the hearing, and, but I guess my biggest disappointment is we've talked to a lot of people, and most of this Lewistown is very disappointed in the behavior of the board, of Polly, of what's going on, and it's wrong. It is wrong. It's just like the pump station up by Casino Creek Road going to the Casino Creek Reservoir, that cost the city $1.3 million in a lawsuit that never got put in the paper, that never got, we heard it right from the construction company. And that is wrong, because you guys didn't do what you're supposed to do. Just said that it was all right, and it wasn't. And it cost us taxpayers a lot of money, and that is wrong. I am disappointed, and I think that our city manager should step down, because she is not having the best interest of us citizens, and is not hearing our concerns, and is not leading in a worthy manner of leading this city. Our city is getting worse instead of better. And so that's my feelings. I'm very disappointed. I've been here a long time, and I am very disappointed in this city. You go out and look at the streets at night, and the people that are coming here and stuff. I got a story this week. A young girl was picking up her sister at the Civic Center. A guy come out of the apartments, the white stucco buildings, come out of that building, read a whole list of drugs that had for sale. Called her dad, told her what happened, told him what happened, went to the police department, and they just dismissed it. That is wrong. Our city is going in the wrong direction. We got the wrong leadership here, and we need new leadership, and we need to go in a way better direction than what we're doing now.
Jason Carlson, I don't think this mic was on. I live here in this town, unfortunately, and I think it's really discouraging here again that you guys have gone from 3 minutes now to 2 minutes. I mean, really, your public comment should be the majority of your time, because you represent us, we the people. So maybe think about that, and just to let you know too, that timer didn't start until I started speaking up, so obviously you don't want to hear from the people. My next thing is, I saw there's an article in the paper about the noxious weeds by Deb Hill. For her, she explained that the city was in a conundrum with the county because there's nobody qualified to spray the weeds. Well, I'm here to tell you that's hogwash. You don't have to have a stupid applicator license to do it. And there's one more thing. Another license, just another way of controlling people. A license is ridiculous. I have fought noxious weeds for 20 years, and I've never used Cordon or anything because it was a controlled applicator substance, and I'm not gonna go get a stupid license from my public servants. So I've actually always just used 2,4-D and surfactant. And if you want something better, you can get chaparral on. You don't need an applicator license. Anybody can get it, and anybody can spray it. So for the city to say that you're in a conundrum is hogwash. You can get something, maybe learn yourself about, educate yourself about weeds and what to do about them. I've used that, and it kills everything you've got problems with. So for you to say there's a conundrum because we don't have another licensed applicator, and there's just been one more license, one more control of another person, That's hogwash. You don't need a license. And I'm here to testify to that.
Joe Bridgeford, I've been in this community quite a while. I've ran a business here for almost 40 years. I've seen a lot of people come and go, and I've seen a lot of contractors come and go. And, the quality of our city has decreased, in my opinion. We can do better. We deserve better. It's time to move up and forward, and we need to figure this out. Thank you.
Douglas Day, 1118 Westwater. You know, I've lived in Lewistown for over 20 years. I raised my kids here. And man, I'm proud to be an American. I'm proud to be able to believe the things that I want to believe and have you guys believe the things you want to believe. But I'm even more proud to be a Montanan. And that means being courteous. Means being a good neighbor. Getting up here and throwing Holly under the bus because she's doing her best. She's working countless hours. I don't know how many meetings she goes to. And if something doesn't go your way and you guys throw a fit like kindergartners, it's a little embarrassing. So I want to challenge everybody to be a little bit more American. Believe what you want. Let other people believe what they want. Quit being so judgmental and lift each other up. If you want to see the city go a better direction, it starts with you. It starts with me. And it stops with complaining and pointing your finger. Come up with some solutions. I live in Westwater. Not happy about the apartment complex, but I also don't believe in the government telling a private citizen what they can do with their own land either. That's all I got to say. Be a little nicer. Support your commission. We're working countless hours for you.
I just want, I know you guys have had this before, I want you to look at it while I'm talking about it. I'm gonna read this just because I've been going over so much in my mind, it's kind of scrambled. I actually don't like standing up here and having to do this, but I don't believe you all realize how serious and devastating this is, the apartments, that our neighborhood is being ruined. If you look at that picture, that is the size of what's coming. We look at the arc up there. That was supposed to be 24 apartments that went to 30. Somebody in the city is responsible for that. Maybe he's dead, I don't know. But you guys need to represent us. We found out it didn't have to happen because the first design was only 24 units with parking on the property. That's what it was. It's not that we don't want growth or apartments. We want responsible growth using common sense that doesn't depend on corruption, deception. Sorry, but there was some of that. Because that is what took place in order to get 40 units on this lot. And it might have been the Board of Adjustment, but they were directed by somebody. That's what folks expected when they filled out the survey. You know, I saw the Post-it notes and what they put on the survey. It wasn't all about infill and apartments. It was about fixing things and taking care of things. There really is no need to spend time and money on the Board of Adjustment fight. Because if you go deeper, it wasn't them. They were told what to do before they even met with us. It was obvious to us, and we heard it in court. The guy said, they came to me, the city came to me, 4 people, and asked for bigger build. We know our city planner and city manager were responsible telling the developers to go bigger than their original smaller design of 24 units. We know on record the developers were told the variances would pass, including the height of 4 stories. This is considered corruption. And we will hold our city manager and council liable for not standing up for or representing Lewistown citizens. The developers appear to have more support from our city than we do. The Board of Adjustment ensures that any special exception or variance does not harm the health, safety, or property values of people in their surrounding neighborhood. Again, you guys have to help be responsible with this. You stand up for us. Holly and the city lawyer were at the first Board of Adjustment meeting. They were asking them all kinds of questions. They could have steered this differently. They helped steer them in the direction that everything would pass. 40 units will create overcrowding and safety issues. Ask Gail Doney from the Board of Directors what she thought when duplexes were suggested for 2 lots in her expansive neighborhood. That was a city meeting, April 5th, 2021. Not to mention the devaluation of existing homes in the surrounding area. Ask the camps with the governor's house what happened to them concerning their house sale after they found out apartments were being built. It doesn't matter if zoning code for 54 units or parking zone dropping a half a car, allowing 20 cars for 56 bedroom apartments building in this place. Overcrowding and causing safety should trump infill. Because you know what? I'll get to the next part. It is utterly absurd to believe a half a parking spot is even possible, thinking this law won't cause major problems. Where are whole-size vehicles expected to park when they exceed their half a car quota? We were told people will be walking and riding bikes to work and go shopping. You can't include the retired folks expected to move in because of the provision of the elevators. Are they going to ride bikes and walk? No, we're not idiots. We will have the necessary professional traffic and parking survey done. It should have been done all along by our city. What responsibility will our city have to correct the errors? Because we're going to have this done. And if there's errors proved, what's going to happen? The rent for these apartments is $1,400 for a single bedroom, $1,700 for double bedrooms. Our 2-bedroom house on Spring Street, a half a block from the Springwater Apartments, has a usable basement, a yard, a garage, and a view, renting for $1,250. Springwater Apartments will jack up already high rent costs in Lewistown. I'm almost done. The city zoning plan survey is inadequate. We had a really difficult time choosing what to say on there. It's kind of like you choose this way and you're going to get this. You choose the other way and you're going to get the same thing. It was very difficult for people. So we actually don't want you to use those surveys to implement a plan. There needs to be a better information available to the citizens. In the news Argus, Deb Hill on May 9th, 2026, there's a whole article about, sorry, Holly, but you weren't going to go for any of this, but something changed. It's all in there. You can look it up. She said she'd stand with us and that we have to consider what we're going to build on what lots. This doesn't fit anything she said here. It is not too late to downsize 40 apartment units to 20 units. Bigger challenges have been corrected in our city. The chlorination station had to be relocated due to a huge blunder. The cost was substantial. Springwater Apartments is a huge blunder, but it can be reversed if our city stands on the fact they made a mistake by going bigger in a neighborhood that can't sustain this amount of growth without becoming overcrowded, creating safety issues. This is going to happen. You look at that right there. Nobody has a half a car. And if that's a Montana zoning plan, then we need to get our legislators to go in and change this. And we'll be working on that. That means that apartment won't be allowed this, because that doesn't take place right now. And even the zoning laws you guys told us that you want to put in place wasn't what was actually a Lewistown zoning plan for parking at the time. Thank you.
My name is Tanya Zontello. I live at 818 West Water Street. I cannot believe that you have done this to my neighborhood. Okay? I bought a house there. My grandchildren live next door. Where are these people gonna park? What's gonna happen in the wintertime? I moved here 5 years ago and became a part of this community. I invested my time, my money, my resources. And now I see that you have just ran this down my throat. And with all due respect, Doug, I worked really, really hard. I bought a monstrosity of a property and was wanting to fix it up. And you know how much money it cost to fix up a plummet? My grandchildren could be hit by one of the people that's gonna be driving down that road. That's not, it can't even accommodate the amount of cars there. Okay, I have no idea why on God's green earth that you guys thought this was gonna be a good idea, Holly. I am talking directly to you. I trusted you. You are my representative here. And I found out that you allowed this to happen and you encouraged it to happen.
Okay, I'm gonna on that one, because right now we're listening to public comment.
I am commenting.
Okay, but let's drop this.
I'm commenting. I vote that I have no more confidence in my city manager here. I have very good right to say that. Okay, I am a tax-paying citizen of this town. You guys could have done anything else. You could have put in half-plexes, duplexes. You could have had people come in and buy a home. And they could have been taxpayers, pay property taxes, put roots down here. They would have taken pride and ownership in the properties that they were buying. You could have done a plethora of different things, but you chose to do this. This is absurd. This is catastrophic. When somebody gets hurt on that street, is it then you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, we should have done things differently? I am sorry. I am sorry for being upset. I have a lot of respect for you and your time, but I have time too, and money, and I'm invested in this situation, personally, emotionally. So please, please, don't do this anymore. Why have a public hearing when we came? We were respectful. We told you, please don't do this. Please don't do this. We came several times and you still did it. And then I find out that you were past the variance before you even had the public hearing. What was it, to just twist the knife? I am not a crybaby. I am a concerned citizen and my feelings are valid, okay?
About it and I need them.
Any other public comment tonight?
Yeah, Jason Carlton again. Listen, Dave, just for the record, Montana Constitution reads this: freedom of speech, expression, and press. No law shall be passed impairing the freedom of speech or expression, period. So I'm sorry, she has the right to say what she wants because you people work for us. So I'm sorry. She is being respectful. She's not being disrespectful to anybody, Mr. Doug.
Every one of these commissioners voted against that. And she was attacking them, and that's inappropriate.
That's not inappropriate. Guys, our First Amendment right to do that.
Still means you might not be a law, but being.
Then by what authority does she have to ask her to stop? Who gives you the authority? Where does your authority come from?
I'm not going to argue tonight. I will listen only to public comment.
That's my public comment.
Okay.
You might want to read up.
Okay. Let's try to all just, I feel like this commission has really, really come forward and stated how we feel about what's happening with the spring water apartment complex. But there are laws that we have to abide by. There are. We do need to abide by laws. And unfortunately, our hands are tied on a lot of these particular issues.
They could have changed it. They could have changed.
The builder could have changed things.
Well, the variance board of adjustments could have changed.
Okay, so tonight, right now, we have a meeting ahead of us, and we have a lot of work to accomplish. Okay, we do have a right to limit public comment as a commission in order and efforts to have a regular agenda meeting.
We can. close
Our
this
lives
meeting.
are not a regular agenda meeting anymore, Lorraine, with all due respect for you, okay? Our lives have changed. They have changed dramatically. So you can talk about your regular agenda items or whatever, but this room and many others that couldn't make it tonight, our lives are drastically changed. And we are affected by this dramatically. And you need to understand that we are upset. Our lives are about to change, our property values. The safety and security of our neighborhood is about to change. Okay, especially those that live.
I live on your
I
street.
know,
I live on your street,
I know.
but I do have a job to do, you know, in representing.
You're not
all of our lives.
represented, and that's why we're so mad. We weren't represented.
What they can and can't do.
Pardon me?
They wasn't.
There'll be time for comments at the end.
Bill on it. I need to get Bill on it.
Point of order. Point of order, and we're gonna move on now with our consent agenda. Public comment is now over. Okay, you'll have time to comment later during citizen requests, but we're gonna go ahead and move forward with the consent agenda. So acknowledging claims for this evening, we have one that's paid through June 30th and one through July 1st. We discussed this quite a bit during our committee as a whole. So any other questions regarding?
Can we pass these as a double, or would you like it one and then?
It is the consent agenda, so it can all be passed as one, but if you feel that you want to do it as two, then I'm okay with that too.
Make a motion, we accept the claims for the June 30th and the July 1st.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion from Commissioner Bowser and a second from Commissioner Bueller. We'll do, all in favor, raise your right hand.
Tim?
Raising my right hand.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Me too.
We'll be moving on to the regular agenda.
Travin's here too now.
Okay. Can you raise it right now?
Yes, he said me too.
Okay, awesome, thank you, welcome, Commissioner Wilson. Alrighty, regular agenda tonight, this is discussion and action on how to proceed with the variance regarding the variance appeal regarding the Spring Water Street apartment complex. City Manager Holly Phelps.
Yes, and the commission did have a special meeting prior to this to discuss, litigative strategy with their attorney. We also had a letter provided to us, by the Spring Water Apartment, asking some questions of the commission. Right. Due to advice of legal counsel, due to the cost of litigation and potential damages to taxpayers, due to the updates to state code beginning October 1st, 2026, and the information that we received at a recent court decision, and the reality of our unlikely success in court, I move to dismiss our appeal.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion from Commissioner Bueller and a second from Commissioner Hewitt. Any other comments or discussion regarding the motion from the commission?
We cannot have any questions, we cannot have any discussion.
No discussion, no.
We cannot, no.
Due to legal potential, what is it, legal
It's due to
client
attorney privilege.
attorney privileges. We cannot.
Let's do a roll call vote.
Okay, does everybody understand the motion? Because I didn't quite catch it.
I have it written down.
Okay, good. So we are the basic gist of it is we are making the motion to dismiss the appeal filed by the city of Lewistown. Commissioner Bowser.
Aye.
Commissioner Bueller.
Aye.
Commissioner Day.
Aye.
Commissioner Hewitt.
Aye.
Commissioner Robertson.
Aye.
Commissioner Shaver.
Aye.
Commissioner Warren. Maybe? Nope.
Aye. Sorry.
Are you for the dismissing of the appeal?
Aye, yes, I am for dismissing the appeal.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Motion passes. Okay, number 2, discussion and action on how to proceed with city court. City manager, how you felt?
Yes, so we have previously discussed the concerns with city court, the stance of our justice of the peace, who does not wish to continue providing city court services after January 2020, or December of 2026, and going into the new year. We have received an email from the judge, stating that, after this year, he will not provide city court. And so that gives us a couple of different options. I think it's important that we explore those options. Budgetary concern, and to make sure that we have a goal, kind of process in place so that
We have an MOU with the county currently for city court, is that correct?
that is correct.
And that document, how long is our MOU to last? Usually you do for 5 years? 1 year?
It's, it was listed for, we have the amount, penciled out through 2025, and then it was, renew every year unless there was notice given by either party. I'm sorry, I don't have the exact word. Oh,
It was for 6,000 a year.
it went up.
Went up.
Yep, so the first year we paid 45, the second we paid 50, 55, 60, and then this last year we did pay 65. However, I have not been billed for fiscal year 26. And I know they are working on that.
So Commissioner Saunders is in attendance at the county, on a couple of occasions. Again, we have worked together on this. We feel like this joint court has worked well for our, residents. It's a good use of space and a good efficient use of our financial. I don't know if Commissioner Saunders has anything to add.
To clarify with the payments, it's a percentage of the amount of, it's 45% of any fines, fees that are imposed for city cases.
Bobby was telling me the other day, Border Patrol showed up here with ice and there was a bunch of Mexicans running around the hospital trying not to get caught.
Hey,
They were roughing the Super 8 motel.
I don't think it's.
Hello.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
That was interesting.
Yes.
So just a couple questions that I jotted down for you guys to consider tonight, that are kind of imperative for us to know how to proceed. Is whether or not the city's going to bring a declaratory judgment action, which would, if you don't choose to just drop this and hire a separate city attorney, that would be the next step. We need to know kind of a timeline, what you are seeing, because we have to have this resolved definitely by the first of the year and should be before that. If you elect to withdraw from the MOU and appoint or hire a city judge, what is that time frame? And then what are we looking at for facilities? Do you have facilities available, or do we need to work out some kind of agreement to share facilities? And if anybody, I happen to have a whole pile of documents here that go back to the original resolution that created this city. It basically, Lewistown asked the commissioners to give the JP the authority to run city court. And it was renewed yearly, every year. That original document was signed by Judge Shields, and it said in that resolution that it would then pass on to any judge that was elected thereafter. I am not the expert, I'm not an attorney, but I do my best if you have any questions you want to ask me, or if you want to look at any of the documents that I have.
And so really, those are the two options, either do it, declaratory action, basically questioning the validity of the agreement. And asking a judge to make that determination, or do we want to decide to separate now? And we'll see what that looks like.
Has there, very quickly, has there already been a declaratory statement?
So a couple years back, the judge did request that the Supreme Court make a ruling. That basically was bounced back because it wasn't the correct process.
Did the AG, did the Attorney General have any input at that time?
No, just that the incorrect process was utilized, so they did not weigh in.
They did not weigh in. And just for your information, right now the workload is about 2/3 city and 1/3 county.
So what are the county commissioners, what are your thoughts?
Primarily that we just want to get this resolved, so that we don't have any problems with, going through with court systems and taking care of our judicial process in the city or the county.
And what do most counties do?
I really can't necessarily answer that. I will tell you that if it is, that the population break is 5,000. So if you are under 5,000.
10,000. At 10,000, we have to have our own city courts.
Correct, but if well, I'm only finding 5,000. But if you're over 5,000, you have to have your own, no, is it 5 to 10? You have to have your own city. If you're over 10,000, you have to have your own city court.
Okay.
5 to 10, you can ask the county to do exactly what we've done with the county having the JP oversee the city.
In all of the 7 counties in central Montana, they share it, except for Mark County, they have 2 separate.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question for anyone. The Judge Mantooth, isn't this breach of contract? He's elected official, if this was his job when he got elected. He can't just all of a sudden go, oh, I don't want to do that part of my job. I don't understand. Can an elected official just say, oh, I'm not gonna do that part of my job? That was this agreement in 2007, 1993 it's been going on.
So this would be for his next term, he is up for election this year and has said he's no longer doing it as of January, which would be the beginning of his next.
And he can do that.
I guess that would be for the court to decide.
That's the purpose of that declaratory.
Yep.
We would have to.
I think we have to hold him to it. We can't afford it. City court.
And again, in speaking to our attorneys and things like that, they feel like the workload is appropriate to keep it consolidated.
Okay.
Even with, yes,
What's
the
the
majority is city.
Do we have how many court cases go through the workload? How much revenue is generated? I read this contract and all I see is how to collect the money. I don't see any responsibility the judge has in this to do his job.
So they're a separate part of government. And so we have some of that information from that provide that information to us.
And to give you just the numbers that Nikki stated, if you figure that's 45% of the fines and fees that were collected, that gives you somewhat of an idea of the workload that there was.
But that doesn't mean those people go to court. He doesn't see that many people go to court. He finds that many people, but they don't go to court.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, a judge doesn't have that big a job. I hate to tell everyone that. I mean, a municipal judge, he doesn't deal with felonies for the city, right?
Correct.
He's always dealing with parking tickets, speeding tickets, and so forth, but he can't handle that, he was elected to. Yes. It's not considered, He was an elected official, a JP of Montana in Lewistown since Jack Shields has been elected to do both. If he represented himself, just because he's running unopposed this year, which wouldn't surprise me if this is why he's doing it. He needs to be held to the standard to be elected to the board.
Well, that's what we're asking you guys, is to provide some, guidance as to move forward.
Has there been any conflict mediation to figure out what supports may be needed if the workload is too heavy?
So prior to the previous, opinion that didn't make a decision, they did try, I think, a day and a half of mediation with the current JP. Yes, okay.
And I will tell you that back several years ago in the documents I just read, there was an ask for additional payment from the city. He very clearly states now that he's not asking for more money.
He just wants out.
If we bring this, judgment action, can it be resolved at first of the year?
I mean, that would be the court. We can definitely, illustrate our urgency, to get quick action. But ultimately it's gonna lay whoever the judge is selected and their availability.
And I would, it will go to our district court.
Okay.
I'm quite sure that Judge Perry will probably, recuse herself because she's obviously very involved locally, and have another district judge look at the case.
And then it ends up in the same court as the Board of Adjustments fiasco, and that judge already thinks we're not all there. I mean,
Okay, so we need to gather information and give you the answer.
oh,
Correct.
Correct, as soon as possible.
Okay.
And our two options are to explore maintaining the contract through probably legal action or, yep, declaratory action. Love it. Or stepping away and trying to figure out how to fund city courts on our own.
And find a facility.
And find a person.
and a city attorney, and a clerk, and it's.
So do we need
Doesn't
to
afford
make,
you to clerk.
I asked that we put this on the next meeting agenda where the commissioners have some time to research and think and come back and give you what we should do at that time. We understand that this is a very important decision that needs to be made quickly so people can make that decision, but we will do that at our next meeting for sure.
is that a motion?
I have some background in this. We were in this position many years ago. We went over to Livingston. We probably could not make it pencil.
Yeah.
Or be able to get the support and everything we need to move forward.
Move forward with which one?
Our own court, excuse me. So, we have already talked with our attorney about the declaratory. They're preparing it, so we could, if you chose to, you could move forward with that. That doesn't mean that you have to.
Well, and in 2019, I mean, to go back to that previous action, the city and the county worked together with the same firm we're speaking to now. So there would be very little effort or research necessary to get that action taken care of and, again, start the process.
So we could probably proceed then. Is that what,
If you chose to.
if we chose to? Yeah.
Would the county commissioners join our? What do you guys on the legal situation, him breaking the contract?
Don't sit down, Jen.
Well, because he is not technically breaking any agreement with the county, the declaratory judgment ask needs to be filed by the city commission. Now, that is not saying that we're not willing.
We're both on this agreement, right? Your name's on it.
We are, but he only wants to drop city cases.
Well, he wants to.
Well, he's still breaking the contract, but the county should join.
Well, that's kind of a legal matter of who has been wronged. And, technically, we have not. But I will tell you, this is speaking as Jennifer Saunders. Facility wise, I think we would be willing because if this is not, just county is not gonna keep our courtroom busy.
And
So-
that, and I mean, it would sit vacant.
Right. So, that is something I believe we as a county commission would be willing to assist with.
And
Mr. Chairman?
again, this basically be putting the cost of two courts onto our tax base. Rather than being more economical, more prudent with the limited funds we do have.
Commissioner Robertson?
I've been listening carefully to the discussion, and I just would state an opinion that I think it's important that we have a court give us an opinion on legitimacy of the agreement that we have right now as it's seen by the state. The state invokes or imposes upon us some responsibilities, both the county and the city, and I think it's important that a state level judicial officer respond to some kind of with a declaratory judgment on the legality of this change as suggested by Mr. Mantooth. So I'm in favor of either now or in the future motion to get an opinion from the state, a judge from the state.
Was that a formal motion?
I did not want to step on Commissioner Bueller's potential tabling of this without just making that statement, not making a motion.
That was just a question.
So I'll make that a motion if it's appropriate, Commissioner Bueller.
It is appropriate.
So you're making a motion to
Making a
do
motion to request a declaratory judgment in this regard.
We have a motion from Commissioner Robertson and a second from Commissioner Bowser. Let's do a roll call vote on this one.
Would you please read that again?
Yeah, just a second here.
Yeah.
So basically, the motion is to request a declaratory action, which is questioning the validity of the agreement between the city and the county. Do you understand the motion? Does that answer everybody's question?
What kind of a time frame is that usually for something like that?
Like, as Holly pointed out, we have already started the discussion, things like that. So we would get on it right away.
Let's do a roll call vote.
Okay? Commissioner Bowser?
Aye.
Commissioner Bueller?
Aye.
Commissioner Day?
Aye.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Aye.
Commissioner Robertson?
Aye.
Commissioner Shaver?
Aye.
Commissioner Warren?
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion passes. All right, we'll move on to item number 3, which is discussion and action on approving the assignment. The Honda Shop Railroad Lease LLC, City Manager Holly Phelps.
Mute someone here. Okay, so included in your packet is the request to assign the Honda Shop lease. They are in the process of selling that property to the Three Brothers LLC. It would be to assume the existing lease that we just recently amended.
this. With the new ownership would assume the amount of time we gave the last lease, or then we enter into a new contract.
No, it would take into consideration the amendments for the 20-year time. It's 15, yeah, you're
I
right.
was gonna say, I don't think it's 20. I think it's 15.
I make a motion, we accept the assignment of the Honda Shop Railroad lease to Three Brothers Holdings LLC.
Thank you. We have a second.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion from Commissioner Chamber and a second from Commissioner Hewitt. Any other questions or discussion regarding the motion? Okay, we have a roll call vote.
The motion is to approve the assignment of the Honda Shop Railroad lease to Three Brothers Holding. Commissioner Bowser.
Aye.
Commissioner Bueller.
Aye.
Commissioner Day.
Aye.
Commissioner Hewitt.
Aye.
Commissioner Robertson.
Aye.
Commissioner Shaver.
Aye.
Commissioner Warren.
I recuse myself.
Thank you.
Thank you. The motion passes. Item number 4, and it's our final item on the evening for the agenda. It's discussion and action on approving and authorizing the city manager to sign the agreement for Pro Housing 2 grant award. City Manager Holly Stokes.
Yes, so this is something we've discussed, previously. The Montana League of Cities and Towns applied for a federal pro-housing grant, and has worked with all of the communities that were planning under MALUPA to, utilize these funds to, make their regulations compliant with the new, MALUPA requirements. And so, the city had, kind of declared that we would like to utilize our, $156,508, to update our zoning and, subdivision regs. Also working on, the map revisions and things like that, to support those data.
Make a motion to authorize the city manager to sign the agreement for Pro Housing 2 grant award.
Second.
And we have a motion from Commissioner Bowser, a second from Commissioner Bueller. Any other discussion or questions regarding the grant? Okay, we'll do roll call vote as well.
Okay. This is approving and authorizing the city manager to sign the agreement for the Pro Housing 2 grant award. Commissioner Bowser.
Aye.
Commissioner Bueller.
Aye.
Commissioner Day.
Aye.
Commissioner Hewitt.
Aye.
Commissioner Robertson.
Aye.
Commissioner Shaver.
Aye.
Commissioner Warren.
Aye.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Okay, we'll move on to citizens' request. So this is time again where you can come to the microphone and make requests.
Just a quickie, because I was out.
Michelle Rainey again. Sorry, I stepped out, but is it true that you guys, so you're stepping down from the appeal to the Board of Adjustment? Okay. Probably good, because I think it's gonna go deeper than their decision. I think they were told to make a decision, but I think it needs to be looked at. I mean, you're getting out of the court, but I think you need to look at what happened. Because this really shouldn't have been passed. That's what I would say.
Thank you, Michelle. Okay, any other requests this evening? Okay, we'll move on. We'll do commissioners' minutes. We'll start with Commissioner Robertson. Do you have a minute?
I do not have anything for you this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Warren?
I do not have anything for you this evening either.
Thank you. Okay, we'll start on this end. Commissioner Hewitt?
I won't until next meeting, and then we'll have an airport board.
Thank you. Commissioner Bueller?
Nothing tonight.
Thank you. Commissioner Shaver?
Commissioner, I'm gonna say something. I want to apologize to the public for what, it seems to be a mess, the Spring Creek or Spring Street apartments up there. But one thing I'm gonna point out right now, and I wanted to be heard saying this, I've told her personally, but it's not the city manager's fault. It's when I got elected and when I ran for this position, I really did. I thought there was something wrong with city management and stuff, but I've been here 7 months and that's a cop out for elected officials to say. It would be, it's the elected officials that are effing up around here. And she's an employee, just like, you guys want to have employees work for you. I would love to jump on that train and blame someone else, but I can't. I'm gonna blame myself and the elected officials, and we have to get with the legislators. Shane Clacken comes in here every now and then, and we need to, Ben is here. That Board of Adjustments that made that decision was set up by state legislation. It wasn't set up, we appointed a committee not when I say we, the commissioners before us appointed a committee. Wouldn't you think we would have final say over a committee we appointed? But we don't. The Board of Adjustments, because of the state legislation is the ones that put 0.5 cars per household. That's state legislation. There's other things that I'm just surprised, being a commissioner for only 7 months now, at how much crap the state legislation is putting on us about the noxious weeds. That's not, the city of Lewistown doesn't, I care less if you're certified to spray a spray bottle of weed. Or, well, if you do whatever with weed, but that's a state legislation, that's federal government, and I agree totally. I'm a libertarian that believes the government should stay the F out of my business. Yeah, I don't, I want my doctor to have a license, but I don't care about the guy that's spraying the weed. I agree. And I gotta say, if it is elected officials, and I think it is, it's up to the public to fix that. It's up to, I ran for city commissioner on post, no one else ran against me. That's BS. There should be, every one of these positions up, these should be contested by somebody that isn't liking what the city's doing. And, so I think, but I'm not too worried. I know, the history of Lewistown, the 19Ts, we burned down the high school, we're burning books, they're running around the city hanging people. And we got through that, so I know we'll get through the 4-story atrocity of a building that they're building up there. And we're gonna be okay, and I just hope everyone, if you have any complaints, or any ideas on what we can do better, civilly come up to me anytime. My number's on the website, or give me a call, and I'd love to discuss it with a group of you or with any individual one-on-one. Thanks.
Commissioner Bowser?
Yeah.
I do have something that I want to say. I'd like to echo a little bit of what Commissioner Shaver said. I welcome you guys to reach out to me. Many of you are in my ward. I'm in your neighborhood. I live on Water Street. I'm passionate about what's happening in the community, which is why I'm up here. And I would love for any of you to reach out to me individually or collectively. However, I've done that before and will continue to do so.
I also wanted to put a plug for Hot Summer Days as well, because it's a really cool community that happens downtown. We had really good things going on. I attended Centerfest and I loved it. And there's a lot of good happening in our community right now, and another event coming up for our community to come together, be downtown, support local businesses and enjoy each other and enjoy our community. I support our city manager. She has my full support on things, and it kind of made me sad tonight, so I apologize for being a little off, or if you felt like I was cutting people off. I'm passionate about that too. Same way you guys are passionate about what you're passionate about. Continue to come to our meetings, continue to be vocal. We do listen, we do hear you, and we do appreciate you being here. It makes for good meetings. So any other for the good of the order this evening? Michelle?
Yeah, just, at what point can we have the opportunity to ask questions? It's all comments. When can we ask questions?
You can ask questions right now. What's your question?
Well, we just want things answered. We know that our city said to go bigger. And we asked a long time ago who said that, because they were gonna put 24 apartments. We have a question. Who said go bigger?
I think I'm gonna, can she just visit your office and talk?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll talk to your city manager. She'll have answers for you.
Okay. Well, I mean,
You can call me. You can call me and we can talk about, I know I've reached out already to connect about that issue, but we can connect as well.
because we have a lot of this proof on paper that has been spoken about.
Mhm.
And it seems like it's just getting dismissed. So I'll come in and talk.
Okay, thank you. Okay. All right, well, have a good evening, everyone. This meeting is adjourned.
That's.